Well, in what's brewing today, Wealthtech platform Smallcase has raised $50 million in its Series D funding round in a mix of primary and secondary that was led by Elev8 Venture Partners with participation from new and existing investors. The Smallcase, which has over 10 million users, is going to use this capital to expand its investment product offerings across asset classes as well as strengthen its relationships with retail investors and ecosystem partners. But to understand how exactly this funding is going to boost Smallcase's growth and what's got the investors to sign this big check, I have with me Vasanth, who's the co-founder and CEO of Smallcase, and Navin, who is the managing director and founding general partner of Elev8 Venture Partners. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your time here today on Startup Street. Vasanth, I'll start with you. Tell us about this $15 million Series D funding round. What are the immediate priorities when it comes to deployment of this capital?
Thank you so much, Ritu. Good evening. Lovely to be here as always, and thanks for having us. The Series D round is primarily towards two key objectives that we have. One is our customers have loved the Smallcase format. On average, they allocate 1/4 of their portfolios to small cases, a new category of investment products that we've been able to create over the last decade. And we want to expand this to other options. We've intentionally started with, a very tough category of stocks, ETFs, REITs. We want to expand that to more popular options like mutual funds, fixed income, and even underserved categories like global equities and bonds. That's one. The second one is we built an ecosystem brand with over 250 different market participants. We want to keep growing that. We want to cater to other segments of investors, and working with a new segment of market participants will help us cater to these cohorts of investors as well.
Well, an interesting time to be diversifying. We'll get to that in just a bit. But Navin, let's get to what got Elev8 Venture Partners to lead this $50 million round. What sort of potential do you see in the platform?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me over. We've been following Vasanth's journey since 2015. So it's been close to 10 years that we've been following his journey from the sidelines. Eventually chose to plunge into it and participate as the growth story. If you look at, financial services space, one of the biggest moats is inclusion. I think Smallcase, through its tech platform, truly serves for this purpose and truly is democratizing wealth management for the retail individuals. So from a growth perspective, I think the next 4 to 5 years, we continue to see more participation of retail investors into the stock market. And we think Smallcase is at the forefront to help and make this happen through their inclusion of multiple small cases and baskets that they provide.
All right, Vasanth, in that case, tell us about these plans that you have to enter or expand into assets like mutual funds, fixed income. How soon are we going to hear more from you on this front, and what's the larger strategy here?
The idea, like I said, is to help our investors design, better financial futures. They can do that by building an entire portfolio, their whole portfolio with small cases, and that's what we want to do. Like you said, it's an interesting time to do this. Retail participation in the capital markets has been growing, and it's not just towards equities. I think if you look at the last 3 years, investors are becoming savvier. They're becoming a lot more educated and literate about how to diversify their portfolios. And that's been, one of the strongest demands for us as well, to basically diversify into these other categories so that we can serve them across their entire portfolio. So that's the reason we're looking to do this. It's purely thanks to customers' love and demand for that.
All right, and we'll hear this as soon as this quarter itself. Vasanth, well, Navin, before I get to Vasanth on this question, what sort of milestones do you expect Smallcase to achieve in the next few years, given that you've put your money on the table?
Yeah, I think beyond the core Smallcase business, what we're fairly excited about is the AMC business, which is about 15 months old. One of the truly India's first passive-only AMC. And you've seen large AMCs built out elsewhere in other geographies, right, like US, China. And if you see some of the numbers there, about 50% of people's investing is in active and 50% is passive If you would have looked at this stats probably 7-8 years back in India, it was 100% active, 0 passive. Today, about 17% of the corpus deployed is into passive. If not 50-50, we see a strong growth towards more passive alignment.
Well, Vasanth, in that case, I mean, we've heard from you when it comes to passive investing, your tie-up with Zerodha, but give us numbers in terms of your targets for AUM growth with all of this, and if there are any other white spaces you're looking to explore in terms of other products.
Sure, Ritu. Like Navin said, the asset management venture is a key part of our strategy for the next decade. The whole idea is to kind of, work on or develop products that are honest, straightforward, and relevant to every portfolio across investors, right? And being an asset manager, I think every asset manager wants to take this target of getting to $1 trillion in assets. So that's something that we want to achieve. Whether we can do that in the next 5 years, 10 years, or 20 years, I think that's how the Indian financialization story is yet to play out, and we'll be big beneficiaries of that. So looking forward to kind of, get to that milestone. That's something that we're working keenly toward.
All right. And we wish you the best with those plans again. Vasanth and Navin, both of you, thank you very much for your time here today on CNBC TV18.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you.